something I look forward to. I'm like, oh yay, podcasting and coffee.
Wow. That'd be a quick way to go to Myers and get some shopping, huh?
Yeah.
We do a traditional Irish dinner.
I'm probably the only person that ever sold a boat when it was laying on the bottom of the lake.
Sweet! We got one at least.
First fish of the day.
We didn't catch much yesterday, but we caught an iPhone and we're so happy.
There's not many doing the sport.
Right,
And
right.
I think I'd like to do it. Welcome to the Holly and the Yeti podcast. I'm the Yeti.
I'm Holly.
I was just discussing with Holly about the future of the podcast because we have so much content and we really wanted to cut it down to 20 to 30 minutes, but it's been impossible. Last podcast, even though if you saw it, it was like 38 minutes or something like that. I cut out 20 minutes of it.
We talk too much.
Yes, to put it in this podcast.
Okay.
But if you look at our agenda, there's probably an hour there.
I know.
Okay, so I'm thinking, and I'd like feedback from people about this. What if we did the podcast? I'm thinking of doing lots of mini-sodes.
Within the
No, outside the podcast,
Okay.
on the platform still.
Okay.
So, for example, there's topics here. I met with, have you ever done ice fishing?
Yes.
You have? Well, I've never seen ice fishing before, apart from driving past the lake. So I went and saw Megan Valentine and Dave Baumer in their tent, luxury tent.
Oh, I think I
shack.
saw he maybe posted something on Facebook, I think. They have a TV and everything in there.
Yes. So I went out there and I'm thinking, oh, we'll cover it today. This episode will be as long as it takes, right?
Okay.
But maybe in future episodes, there'll be mini-sodes.
Okay.
And that'll be a topic on its own.
Yeah, we'll figure it out,
And
right?
it might make it easier for me because it's been super hard with time
Right.
to try and edit. And there's some sacrifices I've had to make, like in the audio quality.
Okay.
That was really hard to make really good. And like I could spend another 2 days just on the audio quality, but the podcast will never get out.
Right.
And so I'm going to also have to sacrifice and put up with my disjointed way that I talk. I'm very aware that I don't talk very fluidly like you do. You should talk more because I don't have to edit very much.
Well, I appreciate that, but...
And I went and did an interview today with this young girl. I think she was 21. I don't think I have to edit anything. She was just didn't even once
Wow.
But
that's impressive.
She's a college student at Siena Heights and she has to present constantly.
There you go.
And she said she used to be
Practice,
really
practice,
shy.
practice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She
awesome.
used to be really shy, didn't want to talk in front, but now she just confident.
There you go. Practice,
good.
practice. So who knows? Maybe someday after we do so many episodes, you're going to look back and practice, practice, practice.
And now we've got a 10-minute episode instead of a 2-hour episode. So let's kick it off.
All right.
What are you grateful for?
Oh, gosh. I keep going back to the weather because it's going to be 48 today. I'm ecstatic.
48?
Yes.
It didn't even feel that cold this morning when it was 32.
Oh my gosh. It's just amazing. It is a little windy, but I'm grateful. I just came off of a fantastic weekend with my daughters, and I am always grateful for time with my girls.
Family time is special, and I think that's my grateful too. My grateful is my family. We live in a 4-generation household, as you know, but people don't know. We live in a 4-generation household. There's my daughter to her great-grandmother, and her great-grandmother, we call her Graham Crackers. Well, she named herself that, Graham Crackers. She's pretty light-hearted and loving. And when Erin was pregnant with Dakota, start that again. When Dakota was born, you know it's really hard for a new mother with a new baby.
Oh, right. Oh, absolutely.
When it's time to sleep, do you clean up when the babies are sleeping?
Right. You need to sleep.
Yeah. Or do you start doing the things you need to do?
Right.
So 4 a.m. every morning, graham crackers would arrive, look after the baby so Erin could sleep.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Teamwork. It takes a village.
It did take a village, and even though it was still challenging for postnatal depression and stuff like that is real, and so she had to go through that. But having the extra family support was really good.
Very helpful.
Well, now that Graham Crackers has dementia, now it's our turn to look after her.
help.
So we go through, we take shifts through the night if it's needed. Like Erin will stay up late and I'll get up early so Erin's mum can sleep.
Once again, it takes a village.
Yes, and we're really super blessed for that. And there's a lot of parents or a lot of people in the situation where they don't have that support.
Right.
And it's hard enough for us with support, but imagine someone without support, and we're all going to go through it.
Oh, yeah, it's inevitable. Absolutely. Yeah. Family's everything. It really is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I'm grateful for.
So I think sounds like I missed an exciting weekend at the lake.
You didn't know about that?
I mean, I saw it on Facebook.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
So I was driving home from Blissfield, and I was coming down. My purpose was to try and catch up to Bill on the motorcycles, right? Because I was super late. I told him that maybe I could be there after 2, but it was like 6 o'clock.
Oh.
And I was coming down and I saw this fire on the lake. I was like, whoa, and I went up Walnut Hill Drive, whatever it is, and I parked and I flew my drone out and to see what's going on. I couldn't talk to anyone because I'm in the car, and I got some really neat shots of the snowmobile on fire. Right. But oh my gosh, I still don't know the story. And I was speaking to David Bowman last night. He says, and he was there. He was fishing close by. He says, I don't know what happened either, because one minute I'm talking to someone, and the next minute I hear
an explosion.
It was on. Wow. So. Unfortunately, some people are upset about the pollution that's going to be in the lake, but that's inevitable because we have vehicles on a lake.
Right.
But
well, as long as everyone was okay, that's the main concern, right? Is everyone was safe.
And hopefully it was insured, right?
Right. Well, you never know. Maybe sometimes with these incidences, maybe it was an old one that was on its way out.
Yeah.
Who knows?
The boys are out there trying to throw snow on it.
I saw that, right? Yeah, they were trying to kick snow.
Yeah. And Kyle, I want to give a shout out to Kyle Hinkle. Kyle Hinkle?
Yeah, I graduated high school with Kyle.
Did you really?
I did.
Okay, I met him yesterday.
Super nice guy.
For the first time.
Great family.
And I want to shout out to him because I found out later that, because I didn't realize, I met him in his four-wheeler with a plow. And he says, I'm plowing my way for my wheelchair. I said, what, really? You have an electric wheelchair? He says, yeah, I got a modified vehicle to drive in. It's Kyle Hinkle, and he has an electric wheelchair, and he's just ploughed a path all the way from his house to out here to drive his electric wheelchair so he can come fishing, right?
Yep, that's correct.
And he's a drone pilot too. And apparently he plows like ice hockey rinks for the youth around the place.
Yeah, for the local kids.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Their whole family's great.
Inspiring. Inspiring.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Yay! Thank you so much. Oh, and it's beautiful too. The presentation. She needs a coffee shop.
She is all about the presentation.
Oh my gosh. I have to take a picture of this.
Everything's made. Oh, I get presentation too. I usually have the same mug every single time. But because we're on
air.
On air.
Oh, this is, you can tell, this is made with love. This is so exciting.
What flavor you have?
The coconut. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing.
Coconut caramel, is it? Yeah, it is. Coconut caramel. What have I got? The caramel one. Oh, okay. No, it's good. It's good. No.
Thank you so much.
We have a lot of syrups, as you can see around. I know. And I am not. I used to be sweet, but I've learnt to drink black, and so I've actually liked the taste of coffee, so I gravitated just to milk.
So I actually, a lot of times will drink my coffee black, but I think this is just enough. It's not too much.
It's comfort, isn't it?
It is, and something I like look forward to. I'm like, oh yay, podcasting and coffee.
And it's made for you.
Yes.
And you didn't pay $8 for it.
Well, right, I know. I feel like I that's probably on my list. I need to bring some coffee to pay my way.
So this week I met up with the 2 in, 2 out crowd doing the
terrific.
Be Bold, Get Cold.
All right.
And yeah, I'm kind of scared because the ice is really thick right now, but maybe with this hot weather, maybe it'll break
Warm
through.
up.
But well, I don't think it's going to be that warm still.
So have we determined yet, do you jump all the way in or do you just jump to like, here or something?
I think what we do is we go out, anticipating that it's going to be thawed in time, we go out, go in, and then come back.
So you're not like jumping off a dock. You're
No.
like running in, and so really, essentially, you could go in as far as you would like, whether
Yes.
that's full or just maybe to here, and then you turn around.
Yes, Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby has committed to go all the way in and under.
Oh boy.
So let's watch this. What if you could help out first responders while having fun at the same time? I'm here at Vineyard Lake with Bobby and Dion.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to the Holly and Yeti show.
Welcome.
So what are we doing here?
We're having a plunge, an Arctic plunge.
Yeah.
So we're going to have people come and they're going to run into the frozen lake.
So we're going to launch from here, are we? We're just
Yep.
going to run in?
Yep.
So wouldn't it be easier, less traumatizing if I jumped straight in? Maybe you can drop a helicopter and I can...
We could.
Yeah?
You could probably parachute in if you wanted
Buy
to.
you parachute.
Because when you walk in cold water and it's... That's what it's going to be like.
Right,
We're going to be traumatized for ages.
right. And we're doing it at the end of March, so hopefully they might have the dock in if there's no water on the lake. But,
yeah, right.
or ice on the lake, water on the lake.
Otherwise, we're just running in, yeah?
Correct. Yep.
Right. Are you going in, Bobby?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, I've got a costume. Want to see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
Oh, man, that's so cool, dude.
Well, I was going to put the pants on, but it's a bit muddy here because we're thawing out.
Right.
But yes, this is my outfit. What is the purpose of the plunge?
It's to raise funds for our nonprofit group called 2 In, 2 Out. And what 2 In, 2 Out does is we are unique because we are a group of first responders. All of our members are first responders. And we provide peer-to-peer support with trauma-informed care. First responders are traumatized and the things they see are sometimes just horrific. They are a stubborn bunch.
Yeah.
We are a stubborn bunch and don't always get the help we need. But we talk
I
to
bet
each
they're
other.
not asking for help either, are they?
No. It's like
So-
we
so-
don't call 911 if we're hurt.
I really love the passion that you have for it because you're part of the community as well. But I think for us who are the recipients of first responders, hopefully we don't need it, but you can never plan for these things. You guys also need support. And I think this is a fun way of doing it. I'm going in, I've registered. You can click the link down below or the barcode if I put it here. You can use your phone and make a pledge. So I'm looking forward to this plunge. I'm kind of scared. The most pain I've ever been in was putting docks out in April. I was in there for 2 hours. But I'm not going to plan on being out there for 2 hours, eh? No. Now, Dion said you've committed to go all the way in to under your head.
Yep, I'm going all the way under. I might just jump in as soon as I can and go under too, instead of running my feet out there, And
So I believe there's prizes for something. What are these?
We're going to give prizes for the best contest or the best costume. We're going to give prizes for the biggest team. So what a team consists of is at least one plunger, and then your spectators count as your team. So when you come in, you're going to register, sign a liability waiver, because that way we're not responsible for
But I know because you're your first responders, you'll be there to help me anyway, right?
Yeah, we're actually gonna have some divers here and some safety things. We're not just throwing you to the wolves.
Okay, so if you're too scared to go in, make a pledge, or can they still register to jump in?
Yep, they can register all the way up to the day of. They can come register here if they want. We're going to have a lot of other things. We're going to have family-friendly games and free things for the kids. We're going to have a sensory pool with the corn so the kids can get into that. And we're going to sell hot dogs and hot cocoa. We're going to possibly have a bouncy house. And we're going to have a free sign making area so you can cheer your plunger on. And some swag and some t-shirts. We just put up a thing on our Facebook if you want to pre-order your t-shirts. And I'll get you the code for that.
Okay, and I believe the time was 10 o'clock till 12.
10 to 2.
Yep, 10 to 2. And the plungers are going to plunge at high noon.
Okay, so we've got a couple of hours to get anxious. Yes.
Get over our nerves of jumping in there.
I'll be looking at Bobby and say, is he showing signs of anxiety, more anxiety than me?
I'm actually ready to do it.
You're ready to go?
Yeah.
Bobby's going to go in now just for the promo of
Doing
it.
a test run for you guys.
We are going to have warming tents too. So,
Oh, and you mentioned a fire too, right?
yeah, we just saw today that we can probably have a bonfire too, which will be nice.
That's where I'm going. From
They're
here.
talking 50 degrees and raining on that day. That
What?
all can change.
Yeah.
Rain in the morning.
Rain in the morning.
Oh, okay.
But I still think the water's going to be about 40 degrees.
Oh, no, we'll get wet.
So I want to give you and Holly one of these poker chips. Basically,
Cool.
this poker chip is
Oh,
basically, back in the day, after a big fire was over with, everybody would meet up at the bar, and then everybody would slap they're actually challenge coins and poker chips, and you'd slap your poker chip or challenge coin on the bar, and if you didn't have yours, you were the one paying for that round of beer. That's how it actually started way back in the 50s, 60s. Don't quote me on the years, because
So you'd carry a poker chip around
correct.
after the event,
Yep.
go to the bar, last one down pays the round.
Or
That's
if
one
you
that don't
forgot
have
yours.
one. If they don't have theirs on them, then they're buying that round. So if there's
If
30,
they lost it?
if
Yep.
they lost it or whatnot, yep.
Wow.
So I mean, if there's 30 people there and you don't have
Better
your poker chip, you're buying 30 rounds.
Better
So-
hang on to that. You don't know what'll happen.
That's right. So how are they used now? Just souvenirs?
Souvenirs, kind of. Some people, when they're at the bar, if they see a firefighter in there, they'll slap it on there, and if you don't have yours, you're buying them a beer. Some of them still do that to this day. So
Wow. Are these going to be for sale on the day?
Yep, we'll
Yep.
have
we
specific
have them
ones.
first sale, and majority of the participators are gonna get the one that says "Be cold, be bold" type deal, or whatever's that
Be
slogan.
bold, get cold.
I can't remember it.
Oh, so those ones you have to earn by going in.
Yep.
Correct.
You
correct.
get a poker chip and a event shirt, and food. We'll feed you.
Well, nice. Well, thank you for joining Holly and the Yeti,
having
and
us.
get involved. Come down and come meet Bobby and Dion, and take some photos.
It's going to be a great
It's gonna
time.
have
Thank
fun.
you.
Thank
It'll be
you.
great. Thank you.
Wow. How exciting. I mean, I'm excited.
You want to go in, I can tell.
No, I'm still going to video, but
Okay then.
I mean, I do like the idea that you don't have to go all the way in. You don't have to jump off I envisioned it being you jump off a dock.
I think, ripping the Band-Aid off might be easier, because walking in
Yeah, touche.
just a might be easier than. But I got a friend who's in Antarctica right now, and he posted a video yesterday of him doing an actual polar plunge. Imagine how
Oh my
frigid that would be.
gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, and you see people do like the ice baths, but I don't know about that. I don't know.
No.
I know
think-
there's benefits.
You know when you sprain your ankle and you're supposed to ice it?
Right.
No, that's worse than the sprain.
Right. Yeah.
The ice pain is worse than the sprain, I think. Well, that's my wussy opinion.
Well, you know how I feel about cold.
Yeah. Okay, so in this next section, you're going to see Holly do a quick costume change. She's going to be suddenly pink because this is last week's recording. Oh,
I feel like
Cultural corner. Oh, I'm going to teach you something.
so. Whenever Daryl gets this excited, I get nervous usually.
Okay. So.
Okay.
You know what the most useless word in the English dictionary is?
No, I don't.
So.
So, well, you know,
Every sentence does not need it.
it's just a filler.
I say it a lot.
You editing, you probably
Yes, I cut out a lot of so's.
right.
But
I say right a lot.
I say,
right.
whenever I hear so, it says, if that sentence did not have the word so, does it still exist? Yes. Mm-hmm. It's the most useless way to start a sentence. Anyway,
So
yeah. I want to show you something. What do you call that?
chocolate chip cookie.
A cookie, right? Mm-hmm. In Australia, we don't call it cookie.
What are they?
It's called a biscuit.
Oh,
Yeah. What do you call that?
I would call that a biscuit.
We do not call it a biscuit.
What do you call it?
We call it a scone.
A scone?
Well, no. Scone. Spelt scone, but we say scone.
Scone.
What do you call that?
I would call that a scone.
You know, if an Australian saw that, you know what they'd say?
I can only imagine.
What the hell's that? We don't know.
That is hysterical.
So, look at that. So, there's a bakery in our area at Blissfield called Emmy's Kitchen.
Oh, yes.
You know Emmy's Kitchen?
I do. We've
And-
ordered cakes from there before.
Really? Mm-hmm. I wonder if you've ever had this. This is an Australian traditional cookie. I'm going to talk American. The Australian cookie called an Anzac cookie. And it's only in Australia, and Anzac means Australian New Zealand Army Corps. Mm-hmm. And imagine it's kind of like a Memorial Day cookie.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
so it's a tradition in April where you have Anzac cookies. Now, Emmy's husband is an Australian.
Really?
Yes, born in Sydney, where I was born,
Okay.
a number of suburbs away, and he brought the recipe over. It's the only Australian thing they bake,
Okay.
and do you like coconut? Mm-hmm. Okay, so grab one.
I mean, spring break is coming up. I don't need this big of a cookie. Were we just talking about weight?
You don't have to eat it all, but see if you can resist it. Okay.
Oh, it's nice and moist.
Yeah, it's chewy.
Are you going to try this too?
Oh, I got plenty
got
of
3 more?
I've got plenty of double chins right in here.
That is good.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. And for Anzac cookies, it's the best I've ever had, even from Australia.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible.
I love the texture of it. I love how it's chewy.
It is chewy.
And it's not
perfect.
crunchy. Mostly I have crunchy ones in Australia.
See, I wouldn't like crunchy.
Yeah.
I don't.
So this is, it's a muscat. I'm not sure how much they are, over $1. Surely they have to put the prices up with eggs.
Right.
But there's a secret ingredient in it that you cannot get here. Actually, you might be able to get it online, but he imports it from England. It's
my goodness.
called golden syrup. And golden syrup is a derivative of sugarcane. Mm-hmm. So sugarcane, you have molasses that the cows lick. Then you have treacle. When it gets refined more, you get golden syrup.
Oh, wow.
When it gets refined more, you have brown sugar and white sugar.
Okay.
Right? So it's a derivative of sugar called golden syrup that they don't make here. Wow. And I actually used to live near a sugar, sugar plantation, but a sugar factory.
Like a factory? Okay.
And I remember this. Thinking about it, I remember the smell driving past it. Yeah, such a good.
Sweet.
Yes. I think we gained weight every time we drove past
Right,
it.
yeah, every time you smell.
Yeah, the sugars just went.
So are you going to have to edit out me chewing? Because I feel like some people don't like people
The sound
chewing.
of chewing.
Are we going to lose fans if I keep chewing?
We'll
To be determined.
I have the power of the edit.
That is really good.
Okay, isn't that good? Mm-hmm. Amy doesn't know I'm doing this, actually. It's not sponsored. I just wanted to share.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we've ordered some different products from them. Birthday cakes. Yeah, they're really good.
They're pretty fast too. And Vince, such a down-to-earth Aussie guy. Yeah. Anyway, so if you get to
Very
Blissfield,
cool.
pop into Emmy's Kitchen. I think they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but
I'm
if-
sure they have a Facebook page. You could see
Yes.
what their hours are and what they have to offer. And
if you want one of these, you got to get in early because they're they sell a
Really?
couple of hundred a day.
oh, so they always have this cookie available?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes. So they sell out pretty quick too.
Wow.
Yeah, so you want to get there in the morning, I think.
Yes, this was fantastic. So like I said, I don't like when cookies are like crunchy, right? This is perfect texture.
Yeah, it's so good. Anyway, so you got a story to tell us.
I do. Which story?
The Clyde
Oh.
story. The Clyde story. We had an interview. So it's going to be cut up. It's over an hour long, and so we have to make this into a series
Right.
and cut it up over.
And
the weeks.
honestly, it could have been several hours because he was such a character. We could have sat there all afternoon.
Yeah.
and-
Oh, that's
you
right.
know.
We spoke about this last week, didn't we? Where this came from.
I would like to see, I know some people commented from our post, I'd like to see everybody's bowls that they were talking about. I know maybe his niece had one with a lid. Did she put a picture of it?
No.
I think that would be cool to see
Yeah.
all the different
'Cause I know he
bowls
did-
that are out there.
There was another bowl that was scalloped edges, so he
Yes.
must have done a lot of different
So
types.
cool.
So how did we come across Clyde?
So essentially, this was when before tip up, we were out at Ladd and Tracy's house there on Cherry Point. And thanks again for letting us video out there. And to capture the open water by Cherry Point. And when we were out there, all of a sudden, we saw this contraption go by. And I had no idea what it was. And so then we asked everyone, what is this? And it happened to be an ice boat. And that is kind of how things started. So John Clark actually introduced us. We had asked, what was happening, right? And do we actually know who was out there that day? I don't know that we know who that is yet.
I don't know yet. I think someone responded when I put a post out if we can film anyone.
Yeah,
on
so
ice.
Caitlin, I know the Ikers have an ice boat.
Right.
And then we found out that Mike Clark
Mm-hmm.
also has an ice boat. And I think we're going to maybe share some of that footage at some point in time
Yes.
too.
Okay, I should put it in here actually.
Mike was telling me he has one of those
Ice boats.
ice boats.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got
Terrific.
all of them.
yeah. Well, and again, that's something they used to do a lot of here back when we had more and better ice in our youth. But the season is very short. You have to have really smooth, clean, clear ice. And that's usually just a few days or maybe weeks in the beginning of the season.
Absolutely. So now, did you see the last video we did at Cherry Point? Someone was out on their ice boat.
Yeah, I heard there was one out here yesterday, and you could do it today. It'd be a good day for the wind, but it'd be a pretty rough ride. The ice has had snow on it, which is melted and refrozen and melted, and it would be a bumpy ride. So.
Well, especially with all the ATVs and stuff out with the studs and.
And they have no brakes, and they can go. Mine can easily do 60 miles an hour in a wind like this. The world record's 147 miles an hour, but that's a very high-tech, almost like a spacecraft. But they're very fast, and mine are heavy. I've got 2 arrows, and the DN, which is a more common boat, a one-man boat. I have a 2-man boat. They can easily do 70, 80 miles an hour.
Woo!
Wow.
Well, that'd be a quick way to go to Myers and get some shopping, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So very cool that they're so popular. So, but back to Clyde. John Clark had reached out to us because Clyde is essentially an ice boat enthusiast. We asked, what is an ice boat and how does it work?
They have big, heavy skates on them, 3 ice skates. The front ice skate is on a handle so you can turn it, and that's how you steer it. The only thing that slows you down is friction. Friction of the wind, friction of the ice. And when you're going really fast and you throw the tiller over, the boat screams as it's scraping on the ice, and you're going this way really fast, and you throw the tiller over, and then you're going that way. And it's so exciting.
It sounds like it.
You can tell by just the way I talk that it makes me excited to think about it. And I've done everything. I've put them in the water. I've tipped them over. I've been thrown out of them. And one time I was out there, and when I was thrown out, the last thing I held onto was the rudder. So that turned the front skate. So the boat was making a big circle, and it was jibing and tacking at the same time, and there was nobody on it. And so it was making like a 40-yard circle. It would go that way, and then it would tack, and it would come back. Nobody was on it, but the tiller was way over, and then it would jibe, and then it would come back. And I timed it, and I had to step into the circle and get over to grab the front of the boat. But when I went over to get in front of the boat, there was 2 great big ice skates on the boat that were coming at me, and if I missed the front part of the boat to grab onto, well, then the boat was going to hit me. Right. And so that happened several times. I put it in the water over here, and the cockpit was full of water, and I was at my knees, and I was soaked from the waist down. And the boat, I knew there was open water over there, and I was looking for the open water, and then I felt something drop on that side, and I looked down, and the one skate was in the open water. Well, it went maybe 30 feet, and then the skate hit the ice. And when the cockpit was connected to the boat with just 2 small bolts, and so when the boat hit the ice on the other side of the open water, it pulled the 2 bolts out, and that way it wasn't a wreck, it was a controlled wreck. And the mast came down, and so I'm walking from there, I'm soaked from the waist down, and there was patches of snow that I was walking to get back here. So I'm following the patches of snow rather than walk on the slippery ice. And there was somebody over there on that side of the lake that came home, and he looked out and he saw the mast of this ice boat. By that time it had sunk, and the mast was sticking up out of the water maybe 5 or 6 feet. Whoa. Well, that fellow knew where the ice boats were, because all winter they were anchored right out. They were on the ice all winter, up on sawhorses. So he got his binoculars out and he started looking at the places that he knew had ice boats. And when he got to my place, why, he saw the ice boat was gone in front of the cottage. So it was he knew it was me. So he had to call Martha, and he hated to do that because he figured he'd have to tell Martha that I think Clyde is dead.
Oh no!
Because his boat's in the water. And she says, "Oh no," she said, "he's home, he's taking a shower." He was soaked to his waist. Well, the next day, why I called up a friend, George, and I said, I put my boat in the water. Would you come and help me take it out? And he says, I'd love to, Clyde, but he says, I happen to be in Florida, and I don't think I can make it up there to help you. So I called another fella.
Clyde said, George can't help me, he's in Florida, so I guess you'll have to help me. I said, I'm not helping you. I said, I don't want to. He says, well, who'll help me? I said, call Doug Haskell. He knows all about boats,
right.
and he'll know exactly how to get it out. I'm not going to try to kill myself with this boat. So Doug came over, and Clyde said, well, he was perfectly willing to do it. He's got men to help him. And he said, you wouldn't want to sell it, would you? He says, yes. They agreed on a price, and that was the end of that ice boat.
So I'm probably the only person that ever sold a boat when it was laying on the bottom of the lake.
So our question to you guys would be, have you ever sold a boat from the bottom of the lake? Have you? Because I haven't. I feel like that's good. That's talent.
He might have won that competition.
I know. It's not something you hear about every day.
Yeah. Now Holly is back in her normal clothes.
Ta-da! Now, we kind of touched a little bit on this since we are new, episode 3 here on our podcast. The whole intention behind this is, community, right? And so we kind of want to hear from you guys. We're going to do a few experiments to see what seems to take off the best. And as Yeti had mentioned before, these, what are they called? Minisodes? Mini episodes seem to be doing a little bit better than the long podcast. So we're going to maybe put out a few, I say we, Yeti. We'll be putting out some of those minisodes from our larger interviews, and then we'll still have our podcast, but we just kind of want to see what you guys want. So if you wouldn't mind commenting below, whether it's on social media, messaging us, or email too, right? Mm-hmm. What would you like to see? We're trying to get, like he said, the podcast down to 20 minutes, a half an hour, and then we'll pull snippets from our interviews and then eventually publish the whole interview for people who want to watch it all together, right?
Yeah.
But probably on Facebook or Instagram, we'll have those minisodes.
Yes.
Minisodes. I don't know why I can't say that.
Minisodes. I learned that from Bluey because Bluey has minisodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. So we have a few on our list, really, right? We have some snippets with Clyde, Mike Clark. We're going to set up Cindy Hubble with the Irish Hills Chamber.
Yeah.
So we have some fun stuff ahead.
Yesterday I met a lady, and this is totally, she doesn't have a business or anything like this, but she is loves making sourdough bread, and she makes all sorts of things out of sourdough.
Okay.
And I said, do you sell it? She says, I haven't perfected it yet. And I said, the thing about perfection is it never comes.
Right.
And you'll never do it.
Right.
Like when we were getting ready for this podcast, I had anxiety because I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to have right equipment. It was about $2,000 worth of equipment I wanted to get to make everything automated and perfect. But if we wait for perfection,
it never
happens. Right. He invited me if I wanted to have a starter.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can make my own sourdough. And I know if I had a starter, it would probably die because I don't know what to do with it. I thought, why don't we come out and do a Holly and the Yeti podcast with you and teach us what to do with this sourdough?
Terrific.
And
because I wouldn't know either.
No, I have no idea. But I do love the thought of making our own stuff. I value real ingredients.
Absolutely.
And the ingredients that you see on a barcode that you don't understand what they are, they're all these chemicals.
Right.
And so I know that the fermentation of sourdough gives you microbiome for your digestion and your general
Which we
health.
need, right?
Yes. And apparently sourdough's really good for people with diabetes.
Okay.
Apparently. I don't know.
Right.
That's what I've heard. But so I'd like to do, so that might, a cooking show is not what we do.
Right. But it's part of the community.
It is part of the
She's
community.
in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her passion, and I'd like to support that passion.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Her husband, Jim and Penny, are the parents of Megan Ballantyne, who caught that
the big
huge
fish. Yes, yes. Okay,
Yes.
terrific.
Yeah. And they came out and supporting her daughter, and they'd bring food for her and everything like that. And I said, let's take a family portrait while we're out here. So I took the drone out and took some pictures of them.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying getting to know the community. And yesterday I went to White Birch.
The wedding barn. Okay.
The wedding barn. Amazing.
Isn't it? It's
Oh,
beautiful.
very beautiful. And on the way back from there, I dropped into
Cherry Creek.
I dropped into Cherry Creek. And I met Janet.
Oh my gosh. Love Janet. She's amazing. We love Janet.
Yeah, that was the first time I met her.
She's phenomenal.
And we hit it off really well, really fast. And she's a wealth of information because she handles all the events there as well as part of the Taste of the Hills, right?
Yes.
And I didn't talk about that, but we talked about other things like her igloos.
Yes.
And
she does a lot of the, what do I want to say? Oh gosh, they do some special events where they'll do, bring European food, or they do just really neat events. That
and
she
talk about
puts
that.
on.
We did talk about that. The
good.
the Irish meal they're doing.
Okay, yeah, I know they
Irish-
do
what's it
different
called?
cultures.
Yes, and so I videoed a little section about
perfect.
that. I'm here with Janet again, and I just learnt of an event that they're having really soon. What is it, Janet?
We're doing our Irish dinner March 4th or 13th and 14th. It's a Thursday evening, a Friday evening. We do a traditional Irish dinner. It's not your corned beef and cabbage. We're doing a cottage pie, all of those things that are traditionally served in Ireland. And every month we try to do either a different region or maybe a Michigan base. Even in the fall, we're going to try to do a wild game dinner. So keep that in mind.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Locally caught?
Locally sourced. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and I heard that it gets booked out.
A lot of these dinners get booked out. We have limited tickets. Our kitchen, if anybody has seen it, is very tight.
Okay, so it's on the 13th and 14th. So if
Right.
you want to be at this Irish dinner, is it already sold out?
I don't know. I don't think March is sold out. I knew that our Italian-inspired had sold out. We do igloos. You have to have 4 in an igloo to reserve the igloo. If not, we do inside overflow seating.
Oh,
So,
should we go visit the igloos?
yeah.
They've got 4 igloos here, and
All right, so pop in. We have seating
Oh,
for
it's warm, isn't it?
comfortably 6 to 8. Oh, we've got a lot of parties that squeeze more in. Little portable heaters. We suggest that you dress for the elements. A lot of people bring their own blankets. We fully service our igloos. You get a 2-hour rental for $25, and we're out here every 30 minutes asking what we can do for you. We also do the dinners, part of our dinner series, we also do them in the igloos as well. So 4 people required to reserve that. But again, we take really good care of you.
wow, it's like a hotel.
It's a private party.
It is a private party.
We get bachelorettes in here. We get little birthday parties. People bring decks of cards. It's a fun event.
And
So-
how long in advance would you need to book for this?
We do all that booking online.
Oh, really?
So through our website, go down to events through Acuity.
Oh, and you can see where it's booked out.
You can see what's available. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, this looks super fun. Oh man, I'd like to just bring my family here and have for dinner in here.
Get kids. Okay.
And this would look pretty in the night,
It
wouldn't it?
is. We got them all lit up. And when the sun is setting, if you can sit in igloo number 3, you get a beautiful sunset. You
Oh,
can't
really?
beat that.
Mm. How romantic.
Yeah.
What a great setting. And so this would come down for the spring, of course.
Yes, we take them down the middle of April, and then we open up our pergola for full seating with live music. Again, you just have to check our schedule. We also book little private parties out here. We can do bridal showers, birthday parties, all kinds of things.
How fun.
So Yeah.
And the cost is online?
Yes.
Okay, does it change from season to season, the cost? I mean, event to
Depending
event?
on what you're reserving for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, get yourself down here before I do.
Well, as much as I love coffee, I absolutely love wine. So we may have to put our next podcast in an igloo. I think that would be great.
That is a great idea. Oh, hey, here's another topic. Because I'm a new drinker, right? So
Okay.
I'm not wine. My first taste of wine was at an art. What do you call it? Some sort of art thing. They had wine and cheese.
Right.
Oh,
Like a
wine!
show.
I'll try that. And I went.
Oh,
And I went out to the
it's
garden.
definitely an acquired taste.
Yes. And so I said to them, "How about something?" I come from a soda and fruit juice background.
So
maybe
cider?
something fruity, sweet. And they gave me this cranberry something.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Yes.
It was really good. It was really good. I can see how that could be dangerous.
Yes. And they have so much entertainment too during the summer and even in fall and winter too. But we enjoy the igloos. We just grab
You've
a
been in
few
one?
friends. Oh yeah, we grab a few friends and they have heaters in there and get kind of cozy warm. They'll come out and wait on you. And yeah, Janet has some fabulous like flatbreads. Different dips. It's just a fun. You can bring like a little speaker. Now, like I said, sometimes they have entertainment, but a lot of times in the igloos you'd have to have.
We'll
your
have
own.
to do it soon because when it gets warmed up,
Then it's all open, and
Yeah.
then people bring their lawn chairs for entertainment and stuff.
Really? Okay, let's set that up soon.
That would be fun.
I would like to learn
We're
more
going
about
on the
wine.
road. Yes. You know I love to travel.
All the way.
To
10
Cherry
minutes.
Creek.
Remember when you texted me and said someone's ice surfing on the lake?
Yes.
And I
Did
said,
you catch him?
I went down, I was following him around, and he gave me a thumbs up, and so I was following him around, and then I wanted to introduce myself because I didn't know who it was. And I ran out there, and I was not prepared for the wind. I didn't have a beanie on, I didn't have my gloves on. And I ran out, and at first he didn't see me, and I had to run further. And I caught up to him, and it's Andy.
I'm here with Andy in the middle of the lake. And what do you call this?
This is called wing snowboarding.
Wing snowboarding. Andy is amazing, man. Teach me how this thing works. And this freaking arm's got me sore. But I don't know. Anyway, we look forward to seeing more of Andy on the lake.
He's from North Carolina.
Oh.
And he lives here now on that side of the lake that your parents are on.
Yep.
That side of the lake. And and he's surprised that there's not many doing the sport.
Right.
And I think I'd like to do it.
Oh, there's another podcast. Let's get a hold of Andy and I can video him giving you lessons.
He said, I was wondering about his biceps, right? Because he's fighting against the wind.
sail.
He said it hurts here in
I
the
bet.
grip. And you can see him, he'll put the sail down sometimes. And
Yeah, and kind of stretch out.
Yes.
Probably like some serious arm pump.
Yeah.
Well, we need to do a shout out to Dawn Grewan because she texted me and said, hey, I don't know if you're around, but there's someone out here, ice surfing.
Thank
And
you,
so-
Dawn.
Yes, thank you, Dawn.
Yeah, I'm not on the lake. I'm a street away from the lake, so I can't see what's going on.
Right.
And so I need those texts. Even the sunsets, I don't see it.
Right.
So if someone says, like, the code word is up periscope, so I'll launch the drone from the hot tub.
Right. Well, and this is the really the great side of the lake. I always say like Round Lake Highway, the best sunsets. Oh my gosh. Just phenomenal. I mean, I'm sure you probably have quite a few pictures from the sunsets, right? Just throughout the years.
You know what?
I am a sunset girl.
I have this platform that no one's ever been to, but I've posted a lot of pictures. I've run out of space on it because I got the cheapest plan possible. But I opened it up in case people wanted to purchase pictures and download, but no one's ever even seen the site because I can see the things, right? So I don't know if I should keep it or up it and put all these pictures up that they can grab. And I want to make it cheap enough that people want it, but also cover the costs
Oh, well,
of,
absolutely.
of the platform.
Right.
And you can also purchase prints from there as well if you love the particular photo.
Right.
So last year I did
that's
a
cool.
lot of even the Trump parade. I went around and got all the boats coming through. A lot of different sunsets and lots of different cool things. Oh, even July 4th.
Oh, I think you absolutely should up that and then share it with everyone.
The photo that you won at
Yes.
thingy, that's on there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah, so I'll try and make a price
Add
point.
that to your list
Yeah.
in all your downtime.
Yeah, all my downtime.
But I think that is a good idea because a lot of people aren't around to capture the moments and or don't have the capability to capture the moments, but would like something, right? Even if they just want a print to put in their photo album, or maybe they want to blow it up and put it on a canvas or make it in. I always think it's neat to take the sunset pictures and put them into note cards. So when I write a little note of, oh, hey, it was great seeing you today, the exterior is the sunset and it'll say like Devil's Lake or Round Lake or Manitoba Beach.
Because I've seen some comments on some of our videos, like one I saw this morning on the 5 taverns, and he said it gives him flashbacks. It's been a long time since he's been here.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah, so I'm wondering for people who aren't in the area that grew up here, could be nostalgic.
Oh, I think so. Absolutely. Because, I would even say in terms of clients, when people come and say, oh, I would like to be on Round Lake or Devil's Lake or in the Manitoba Beach area, most of the time they have something that brings them back, right?
Right.
They had started here as kids, whether it was a grandparent's cottage or a friend's cottage, and then they moved away throughout the years, and now they're in a position to come back. And so I think there's definitely a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of ties, family ties here, I think.
Yes,
too.
I think so. And I was opened my eyes were opened to the effect that we have had on this community already. Like I was speaking to Megan last night in the shanty.
Right.
And how she's really appreciated the videos that we're posting because it's developed a real sense of community.
Oh, I think so too, right? And then people feel like we said, they're texting us saying, "Oh, hey, someone's out here doing this," or seeing, her awesome fish that she caught. I mean, just it's fun. It's a way for people to connect too, especially coming off of like COVID and all these things where a lot of people were just to themselves and inside, right? We need to get back to knowing everyone and enjoying each other's company and
Yeah.
And now look, you have fellow drone.
Yes.
I don't. What do you guys call yourselves?
I don't know.
Drone
pilots.
Drone pilots.
The test for the drone pilot is the same as a pilot.
That's crazy.
The written test. It's a random number of 2,000 questions, but it's the exact same test as they get. And it was nerve-wracking.
Oh, I bet.
I was shaking the whole time, 2 hours, because there was about 50% of the questions they asked in there was not covered in my study materials, because I studied stuff for drone, not for everything else that pilots go through.
Wow.
I was scared, but I passed.
Well, that's good, because we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. On Saturday, David Bowman put out a call to come out and visit them on the lake if they were to go fishing. And so because I've never seen the fish, I've never been inside the shanty before, I want to find out
And it sounds
what's
like they
going
have
on.
a fantastic one.
And they have this monitor under. I went there day and night, but when I went there in the day, they were actually moving because of the heat beaming down. It was getting a bit slushy, so they were moving their shanty a little bit further. I didn't see everything all set up, so it was kind of like moving day. And so I went there during the night again, and it's kind of dark, so they couldn't put the camera down to show what was happening. But funny story. What would you do if you lost your phone down a fishing hole?
Goodbye.
And it dropped 23 feet. What's your solution?
Time for a new phone?
Yeah. Use the Apple Care.
Time for a new phone, because I'm not going in.
Wow.
They
They
fished
got
it
it
out?
back. They got it back. 3 hours later, and it still works. Yeah.
They claim they're
Well,
waterproof.
it was by technology. They fished it out with technology.
Because they put the camera down too?
Went down the hole, and because it floats like this, right?
Right.
It was 7 feet away from the hole.
Oh, I bet.
So the camera was able to locate it. And then...
So how they grab it?
They were trying to fish it. At first they were
Right.
trying to fish it. But Kyle turns up and says, nah, we're going to fish it out with a magnet. And went down there and boop, 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 boop. And
Kyle, you're awesome.
Amazing.
2 days ago, I dropped my phone down the hole when I was lifting up my coat.
Whoa.
And, it was in the morning time, and I was like, yeah, we're probably not going to get it back. But then she's like, we got a live cam, we're going to get this. And we got kind of close to it. We saw it on the bottom of the lake, but we really couldn't get the exact location. And then her friend came out, Kyle, with a magnet, and he's like, we're going to get this.
How were you feeling at this time, were you?
I was like kind of bummed out, but I have Apple Care, so I was like, I'll get a new phone. But I was bummed out. And then we got the magnet out, and we got pretty close to it, and then I got a video.
The big thing here is 23 feet of
Yeah, it was
water.
in
23 feet.
Is insane.
And that's a fair bit of light for 23 feet, isn't it?
Yeah. So
And that's it down
That's
the
my
bottom.
phone right there. Trying to get close with the magnet.
So you drilled a hole where you think it was.
We kept drilling more and more to get closer and closer.
It's like
And
a block of cheese.
Yeah. The ice looked like Swiss cheese.
Oh my gosh.
And then here's me pulling it up.
Because it would only take one bump underneath the surface to lose it, right? As you're pulling
And when it
up.
was going down, yeah, it was like this and drifted away. Like
Yeah.
7 feet out of the
Oh,
fish.
yeah, because it could go 7 feet further somewhere else.
I feel like we're over at tip up right now. It's still on there, right?
Yeah, this is like how it is when we're reeling in the fish.
You got the search report all over again if it fell.
I know. And then if it fell again,
Yeah, drift somewhere else.
I feel like it's got it pretty good though.
It might.
You could feel the weight, huh?
Yeah, I was being really just being steady, pulling it
It's in
up,
the center of that magnetic part.
not trying to let it slack up.
oh, I see. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
It's like I just. And it was down there for like 3 hours.
3 hours. And so it worked straight away.
Yeah, the speakers were a little. Well, it wouldn't let me charge for like 4 hours either. I used a wireless charger to charge. It
Really?
Once I got home.
And it's all good now.
Yeah, it's working perfectly fine.
Whoa. What a great
Crazy.
story.
We never thought we would actually get it.
But-
So when we got it, it was like, we didn't catch much yesterday, but we were like, we caught an iPhone and we're so happy. Like, that's
You
all
could
we
hear it in your
needed.
voice. It was like you
Yeah.
did
I
catch a
was
big
like
fish.
in disbelief that I had it back in my hands like for the first couple hours.
Amazing. Anyway,
Wow. See, and once again, a sense of community, right?
Yes.
Teamwork.
yes. Solutions for everything.
I love
and,
it.
And he had a bit of despair because he thought it was gone.
Right.
Claim it on Apple Car. Bit like the panic I was going through when I thought my drone was gone.
Right.
Yeah. But amazing.
awesome.
Got it back.
Very cool.
Yeah, but so this is the little pieces. I was there in the day, happened to be there when they caught a fish,
Right.
and at night almost caught a fish, just as I was about to leave. So tell me about this. What's happening?
So there's probably a pike on there,
Oh, I feel
and
it.
he is
Yep.
running with the bait. So David's gonna set the hook. Got him. Feel
I see
okay?
him, yeah. Little guy.
Oh, little guy. Nice. There we go.
Sweet.
We got one at least.
First fish of the day. He was
Hook just
running
on
with
the lip.
it. Easy. Get out.
There you go. Real time
Show
fishing.
you the teeth on the fish.
What the?
And you got like a big pallet of teeth on the top.
Yeah, you don't want to
We'll
stick
get
your
a
thumb in there.
We'll get a release on her. Or him. Oh, we wanted to go right back.
There we go. That's how it's done.
How cool.
That was cool.
Nice.
Next podcast,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to make you something.
He makes me nervous sometimes.
It might be spicy, it might be sweet.
Oh boy. Next week, we have an interview scheduled with Cindy Hubble, our president of the Irish Hills Chamber. I'm super excited about that.
Cool. And we'll find out what the taste of the hills, is that what we're discussing?
Yes, will be one of the few things we'll discuss. I mean, there's tons of, we could probably do a few interviews with Cindy alone. So many fun things on the horizon, and as always, if you have something coming up or you have some ideas for us, please feel free to message us, comment, email.
Yes.
You know how to get a hold of us.
This is your community, so get involved.
Yes, we would love to hear from you, and I hope you guys have a great week.
Okay, see you next week.